Peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people, the struggle. Salute, salute, salute. What's going on? As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for questions, answers, dialogue, conversation, comments, and concerns. Know that this is a space for love. Know that this is your space. This is a space for unity. All on a path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants, as y'all come on in, please put all contact information in the chat for the duration of class. Please put all funding information in the chat for the duration of class. Yes, support and fund this war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management assistance, if you or anyone you know is in need of anger management assistance, please book an assessment. Please book an assessment. And if you are already up under my fold, get your sessions in. Book your sessions. We already seen what happened. We seen Tiffany Haddish hemped up. We seen her hemped up in cuffs, put in a damn police car. Don't let this be you. I done been telling y'all, I done been warning y'all, don't let this be you. Because I'm telling you, it's just that simple. I don't want to see none of my class members in the back of the damn wagon. One crock on, the other foot bare. I don't want to see it. All right? If you or anybody you know is going through a domestic violence situation, please reach out. Book an assessment, okay? Book an assessment. Learn the signs, the signals, the warnings, the alerts. Also, the strategies to survive and thrive. The life you save may be your own. Okay. There's so many people who can be tagged in this class. So many people who need to be tagged. Celebrities, all the people that's down with the spooky. I mean, it's just an abundance. But this holiday class is specific to those who are having struggles, not only with anger management, but struggles with addiction and how one can trigger the other. But let's get down to the first order of business. Classroom assistants, make sure y'all taking note. Who is in the building? Who's in class? And don't be foul. Let your classmates know that we here. Share. Give them a quick nudge and let it be known. Okay, Rugi Hauser, what's good? We see you. Salute. Lovely lady, salute. Barbara Williams, 55. You didn't even have to mention it because you knew you was going to get it. Nice fat 55. Hold that. Tierra, what's going on with you? I see you. Murder Gang. I see you. Yeah, I see you. April Brown. You made it to class, huh? I see you. C Blades, what's going on? Andrea, what's up? Ms. Jones, what's going on? Who? Geechee. 55. Nice and fat. Don't peace and power me. 55. Adrian Grant. Darrell Javon. Made it to class. Yes. Yes, you did. Yes. Cool K King. Yes, indeed. You up in the spot. Sean Jenkins. Mark Hines. D Fat. Okay, always in the spotty spot. I see D Fat be right there. Okay. GB, what up? Sade. Yes. Salute. Vaughn Joyner, Vitamin Vision TV. To both of y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Rodney. 55. We'll see you in class all week. 55. Murder Gang, what it do, what it do, what it do? Yes, sir. Jewels, what's going on, Jules? D Haven, peace and power, what's going on with you? Ed 1050. 55 1050? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. What's going on? Yes. So, first order business. Let's have a moment of silence. Let's have a moment of silence and praise and giving thanks to the universal energy of truth and justice for allowing former police officer Derek Chauvin to get hit up in the feds. Yes, sir. The man who kept his knee on George Floyd's throat, extinguishing his life, got a nice, fat banger. Banged him. So let's thank the universe for that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank the universe. Yeah. Yeah. Whole lot. Did he make it? We don't know as of yet. But we know shit's not sweet. Anybody can get it. Especially when they hand call for it. So salute to the universe. Whole lot. Ain't nothing like when that hot steel touched that ass, boy. Woo woo. Woo woo. Somebody leaked them. Yeah. Somebody leaked them. And there need to be a GoFundMe set up as soon as you find out the name of whoever it was that leaked them. Send them a nice little care package. Yes, indeed. Yes. Now, this class, I'm thinking about making it a Friday evening class on a regular basis because we know that many of us struggle. Many of us struggle with sobriety. Many of us struggle with alcoholism. Many of us struggle with drug addiction, whether it's illegal drugs or prescription drugs. A lot of us struggle with substances. Addiction is mean. Addiction is mean. And we don't only have to be addicted to alcohol or addicted to a substance. Some of us could be addicted to pain. Some of us could be addicted to trauma, addicted to sex, addicted to street life, right? Addicted to stealing, right? Or just addicted to running your damn mouth. All type of vices. So in that, we can sort of, again, build strength within our class, right? As always, class has to be teachable moments that we have that last. That's what we want to achieve here. Okay? Teachable moments. Salute, Kendall. Much appreciated. You understand? This is a space for that. And as we have witnessed, it doesn't discriminate at all. We just seen this, the sister, the Tiffany Haddish, this actress who went on a rant earlier in the week. Very explosive, very angry, very triggered. And subsequently, we seen what happened once the holiday came in. It appears she had a little sippy sip, or maybe a little sniffy sniff. And now we see, once again, in a hoosegow, once again, in cuffs. So you can see it goes hand in hand. Anger, loss of control, alcohol, or substance, because it's driving under the influence, right? When they say that, it could be under the influence of anything. See, driving while intoxicated, that's, DWI. And that's probably a little liquor, a little beers, right? You boozed up. But when they say you are under the influence, whoa, it could be under the influence of anything. Coke, meth, dope, prescription, drugs, all type of stuff. They won't know until the toxicology comes in. So we don't know what it is. But we do know that stress, fear, sadness, depression, all those are triggers for anger, and anger needs a space. There has to be a space. Now, either it's a healthy space where you could come down from it, or it's not a healthy space and you respond negatively, and because of that, you have consequences. Now, over this space where we get together, these holidays, whether you celebrate it or not, a lot goes into it. People hold a lot of anxiety. People are anticipating the worst because they may have to, or they believe that they have to be around family members or friends or associates that they don't particularly see eye to eye with, that some may be triggering for them. And in that space, you begin to pick up old vices or a current vice and take it to the extreme. Now, I don't know if that's anybody that's presently in class right now. But if you are, and you are in a time where you need assistance, and you shouldn't be shamed because we're all family here, would like to, mention it in the chat. If you're struggling with alcohol, if you're struggling with weed, if you're struggling with something heavier, if you custy and you don't feel that you're able to speak on it, then don't. right? But if it's these other vices, feel free, speak on it if you really need help, and let the family, some of which who have been sober for a significant amount of time, some who are newly sober, right? I have a few that I know for a fact that are in here that are newly sober. What strategies? Find out what strategies they're using. You understand? Because one thing we know that everybody is conscious and aware at very different stages. Okay? Very different stages. And you may be in a space where you have found a new understanding of yourself, and others around you may not. And you may be, not so sure how to proceed in that. Let it be known. Murder Gang, what up? I'm struggling with understanding people out here since jail. Do people get more robotic or like more in the Matrix? Well, that all depends on your understanding of robotics and your understanding of the Matrix. As I just said, people are aware of themselves at a different time. Your understanding of who you are and what you may be up against could be light years ahead of somebody else or others who don't even acknowledge that. It is not your job to understand people out here. That is impossible. We're sitting in a space where we have billions of people on the planet, millions with different ideals, different themes. You understanding? Different belief systems. So you don't necessarily have to understand everybody. You don't have to understand people. All you have to do is understand yourself and your response to the world. Right? Because literally, you can move around without engaging with a bunch of people. How you manifest yourself, how you move on your path. You definitely don't have to be a part of anybody's world to that degree where you have to understand them. Your understanding, your higher understanding must be of you and who you are. Again, because some people may appear to be in a matrix to you because that's how they want to appear to you. Your perception may not be 1000% on point. And we have to understand that, right? That's one of the first things that the book, The Spook Who Sat by the Door, taught us, right? That people were perceiving him in one way, that there was a perception. And because of that perception, it brought about what people believed was an understanding. And here you didn't understand him because he was wearing a mask. Now, I understood where I was when I was incarcerated. And I knew from in that space, right? Because once we're in there, we're under a microscope. So my observation, my study of men at what seemed to be their lowest allowed me to get a clearer picture of people on the outside before we even went outside, before I was even released, right? So I had my own understanding, in my own way that I was ready and prepared to respond to the world. But the response that we have with the world should never cause us any consequences, any severe consequences. So your awareness of who you are or who you was able to become while you were in that special school, right? Learning a lot, that's for you. And a lot of those lessons don't apply out here. Did that answer that for you? Right? Again, what you may call a matrix, you may be looking at a bunch of high people, a bunch of people who are intoxicated, who are under the excuse me, under the influence. Now, how would that alter your perception? Right? And that's what we discussing now. People's belief systems. Do we engage with other people and meet them where they are? Because in that meeting, when we meet those people where they are, and we have an understanding of who we are, there could be frustration in that. Your growth may not be recognized by these individuals, especially if there has been past trauma between you and the individual or you and the group, right? And when I say group, you and family. And again, your growth is your growth. They're not responsible for it. They're not the custodians of it. But the more some of us grow, the more some of us mature, we have a certain belief that others see that growth or that others appreciate that growth. And that is so far from the case. Everybody doesn't want to see you do good. Everybody doesn't want to see you mature. Everybody doesn't understand your growth when you are in that manifestation of this new you. They not like, who is that? They looking for the old you because there was comfort in the old you. There was comfort in the old you. It's like, oh, I know him. Oh, I know her. When I take this drink of Henny, she's going to drink with me. When I get pissy drunk, she going to be pissy drunk. And we going to be the two pissy drunk cousins at the party. But when you don't take that drink, and I was like, oh, my favorite cousin, she done changed. And she doesn't appreciate your growth. Now it's an issue. You dig? So, we have to change that thought. Especially when we're using terms like the matrix and robotic. That's heavy. Do you understand that? And those little frustrations, that's can trigger people to fall right into their addictions. Right into it. How do we know We are addicted to something, right? Some people are very well aware of their addiction, some aren't. Some are addicted to multiple things, right? But the basic knowledge of it is us knowing that it is in control. And there's a feeling, there's a strong belief that you cannot do without it. When somebody sits in the pocket long enough to make that acknowledgement, at that point, either they're going to get help or they're not. You can attempt an intervention or leave it alone. But when it's the self, that is the hardest thing. Unless somebody consistently points it out to you or you find yourself rock bottom. Like I said, the addiction, the vices are plentiful, right? So check this out. Check this out. You can have a woman in a domestic violence situation that's addicted to the abuse and addicted to alcohol. And in both of those, there is limited acknowledgement of either or. Of either or. Because one is a coping mechanism for the other. Right? One is the coping mechanism for the other. And when somebody attempts to bring notice to it, she don't see it. Mean, right? Mean. Crazy. There are dudes who go back to jail because they're addicted to jail. They're addicted to the feeling of not having to be accountable for themselves. And in that, and not being a responsible individual to feed themselves, to clothe themselves, to be emotionally responsible for family, friends. Right? There's people that really enjoy that embrace that. Embrace the adrenaline with not knowing if they're going to live through the next day. So they get caught up in the street life, subconsciously hoping to go back to that painful space, knowing that in that space, right, that there's absolutely zero that they have to do, right? They don't have to pay their rent in there. They don't have to do anything. And that, if you raised up in it, layered with other, right, belief systems, causes a very strange addiction. But if it's not recognized, if it's not brought to the forefront, how many people have you seen do it? 2 bids, 3 bids, 4 bids. in the course of the bids, heroin addiction, alcohol addiction, making hooch this, addicting to grippers, to man grippers. These are addictions. This is what takes place. So you have to get to the root of it all. How do we get to the root? Seriously, how do we get to the root? How do we get to the triggers? Right? So now you're in a different space when we're speaking on these holidays, right? How was these holidays introduced to us as a people? Then how were they introduced to individual groups of people, right? Such as family, right? Religious organizations. And in that introduction, there are consistent themes in that, right? People come together, they eat, they drink, they rehash old family dramas and beefs, or old envies and jealousies, right? Things like that. Or check this out. People coming to gloat because they happen to have overcome, right? Certain tragedies or dilemmas in their lives. So now they get addicted to being, right, the only balanced individual amongst the group. There's so much that goes into it. But in the mix of it, each individual has to know and understand, right, that they can be the custodian of their own pain. And in that pain, they're going to look to soothe it. They're going to look to ease it. Whatever they may have chosen to be that release, to be that soothing, right? To be that coping piece, that mechanism they're going to reach out for. So we need to start peeling back a lot of the layers on that, especially during this time. There's people who have lost family members during this time. Right? This is a very mean season for people who are grieving. And not understanding that they're still in a space of grieving because they really didn't have any time to do it. Because life has been boom, 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 boom. Especially since the pandemic, right? Where we didn't have an opportunity to really be impacted by the loss of so many loved ones back to back to back. And lost loved ones and couldn't even attend services, right? Couldn't even, we were in a space where we couldn't even go to the hospitals. That you may have seen someone and weeks later they're gone. I mean, I've been through it. I've literally seen individuals or spoke to individuals, boom, and weeks later, gone, service, buried, and didn't have no knowledge of it because of how we were locked in, how we were isolated, how things were moving. Right? So you're like, damn, that was my man. I ain't even seen him. You understand what I'm saying? This is where we're at with it. And in that, if we are struggling with addiction, now we may be in a space where we take that upper level, right? So I was just thinking of, Friday of, even if we do more than one class on Friday evenings, to hold a special class, for people to come through. And if they're having struggles with anything, I don't care what they're addicted to, for us as a class to allow them to speak on it, right? Because remember, this is our space. And in this space, we educate, we help, we assist. All right? I know I got quite a few, because I see y'all pages. I know we have quite a few drinkers. Y'all be getting tossed up, boozed up. You dig? I mean, boozed up. And it's all fun. And it all is handled until it isn't. So if anybody is struggling with that and wants to, say, well, listen, I'm not sure, but I think I may have a problem. I may be sipping a little bit too much. They tell me I'm hell when I'm on that bottle. Let's talk about it. Get that out. Get that out. Let's find out, where you at with it. If you need help getting up off that. You dig? There's definitely no shame in asking for the help. As we see who don't ask for help. We see our celebrities. You see them, right? Out of control. Addicted to many things. And we see it. Custies, they're addicted to coke or dope or perks. They're addicted to alcohol. They're addicted to the lifestyle. And look how it manifests itself. Self-destruction. Totally out of control. Totally out of control. And they're showing us this. Not only on the gossip platforms that gossip about it and things like that, not only in that space, but on their own lives on Facebook, on Instagram, rant and rave, and then we see it subsequently locked up. You can't tell me all this Grippergate action that's going on, that's not addiction. It's been too long, too many years. When you have splits in it, somebody accusing you in 91 and 93, then somebody accusing you in 2008, then somebody accusing you in 2019, that's addicted to grippers. That's addicted. Ain't no way in the world somebody's supposed to allege that one time. Somebody alleged it 4-5 times, 4-5 different people. That's an addiction. You got an addiction to taking grippers. You have an addiction to be a sadist. That's addiction. And you popping pills and drinks and stuff. Right? Can't tell me it's not. And we seen it. We seen most of them proudly on TV talking about they take no dose and stuff so they could keep them up. So you want to stay up so you can bust grippers? Stay up so you can learn how to beat people out of their publishing? That's an addiction. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Come on. That's what it is. That you are a person in public. That you are recognized by name. You are a name brand. A name brand. And you believe that no one sees you when you're intoxicated. No one sees you when you're under the influence. No one sees you. No, everyone sees you. That's what you wanted. That's what celebrity is, to be seen. And you're in a space somewhere where you can just keep tossing them back, lick it up, or hiding in the bathroom and sniffing, popping pills. That's insane. That's insane. It is. And at that point, you need help. Yeah, but grifting is an addiction too. Don't you think? Don't you think that people who sit there and plot and scheme to tell false narratives and lies, outright lies, in order to get people money, you don't think that's an addiction? That's a thought. You have to think scam. You have to think con. You have to think in that way in order to manifest that shit and for someone to believe you. It's an addiction. That's an addiction. Like I said, it comes in many forms. And around this time of year, man, it runs rampant because there's so many different people. What I will say is that now that there are or there have been an abundance of immigrants from all over, not just the Latin or Central American countries, but from Europe, from Asia, like all over, from the continent, and them not having the knowledge and understanding of a Thanksgiving or a Christmas kind of lightens the load. When I came up and being the only Islamic raised child in a lot of different spaces, it was just weird. It was very, very, very harsh. You understand? And it wasn't appreciated for somebody to say, I don't celebrate that. You dig? Just crazy. So now, where you have a decade or two, and recently last couple of years, where you have different people from all over, and they don't think twice about it because they haven't been conditioned to believe in it, the load has gotten lighter. Because at that one point, that was a very, very, very triggering and anxious time for me. Because there was no respect for people who don't celebrate these holidays. Zero respect. Now, at least, there's understandings and groups of spaces where a lot of people don't. You understand? And you have to know where you are with this. You have to know where you are in this time of year, especially if you are battling an addiction. Because we know what triggers use of whatever it is. Like I said, whether it's alcohol, whether you like to booze it up, or you like to sniff that little cocaine, you know, or you have, again, addictions to anything, stealing, sex, shooting, right? This time of year, that's when it come out. Jules said, I just saw a teen also get hit up in Chicago. Thank God he did not get hit. Okay. Yeah, that's also becoming uh, a triggering addiction as well as social media and people, looking for the drama on their timelines, looking for the most tragic incident so they can be in the know. You know, there's an addiction to being scared, right? That's why you see people consistently go to horror movies and stuff because, there's a little rush that comes at the end of that fear. There's little endorphins and stuff that get, so people are beginning to substitute that with terrible news, you know, excuse me, on the internet. So yeah, we have to be aware of all that. And again, once you reach in for a substance or that drink because you believe that that's going to fix it, that's your soother, right? You cope with that. Man, it gets worse and it gets heavy. It's like any other time. We need to be mindful of that. Excuse me, this damn red zinger. Ooh-wee. That red zinger with a little bit of lemon. Oh, organic honey. That's something special. That's something special. All right. So again, who is ready to come on up and say what they, may have an issue with, so we can talk them through. I agree. People place the value of a sensation over having currency all too often. Well, that's true in some instances, but sometimes reaching for that currency is a sensation. And I can tell you that myself, right? There was a thrill, there was a sensation in taking that currency from them old phase. And I'll let you know that was an addiction for me. Salute, Jules. Thank you for that coffee or tea or whatever you got in that cup in that funding for our war effort. Appreciate it. All right? Yeah, I know that for a fact. Going to get that money, I was addicted to that. Murder gang, yeah. It's a fact. Robbery is your first addiction. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. People don't understand that. That's why it takes a special individual to talk people up out of that life, up out of that lifestyle. Man, people don't understand having them things on your hip, smelling that metal, smelling the cordite, smelling everything that has to deal with that and moving on. Nah. A very mean addiction. Very mean addiction. Have pistols will travel. And people take it and understand it as to be their job. You getting up 8:30 in the morning, getting on the train, Mr. Man? I'm getting up 8:30 on the train and going to work with you. Yeah, we both going to work. Yeah. Same thing. So, again, we have to get up out of the space and believing that we know what addiction is to everybody. No, we don't. Some addictions are very visible, right? Because people show or in their appearance, right? That communication from their eyes, from their skin, the communication from their posture allows you to know that, damn, they're having a hard time with something. Other people could be shining. But up here, it's a lot going on. So I don't want any of you to, be around family and not be in your purpose. You understand that? That's why in our sessions, we always speak about triggers. Who triggers you? What may trigger you? Right? What event? Because that's the only way you get a handle on it. And in this time right here, like I'm telling you, in this time of what people consider the holidays, people impose themselves on you. All right? How do we deal with that? People push, or they're very pushy, and want to get you to speak. And, it can be the hardest time for you. Bishop from Juice was addicted to power and respect by any means. No, Bishop from Juice was MO. Yeah. He was just nuts. He was a MO. Didn't have time to mature. Because remember, he caught accident bodies. Right? He wasn't, his ass was not right and exact. Right? Someone is addicted to juice and power is like in too deep. Right? LL, that's addicted to power. All right? Bishop was just a young nut who had a little rusty ass revolver down to his last few shells or whatever, and just was, just off. Like a lot of our youth, off. Not understood, not understanding their space in the world, We seen Bishop develop. That's why a lot of us identify with Jews. We've seen that story so many times. I've seen that in my own hood. Where dudes that you could literally tell them, listen, stand right here. And if you move when I get back from the store with my 40, I'm gonna beat your ass. And you dude to stand right there. And the dude to go 3 blocks to the store, get his 40, bullshit with Aki and them, and come back and do to be right by there, right at the spot, wouldn't move. And then 6 or 7 months later, he get to touching some drawers and putting in that work, and he end up being the worst shit we done seen around the way. I've seen that happen plenty of times. So everybody could identify with Bishop, you know. I'm developing a sugar addiction. I work long hours in front of a computer. My diet is going completely out the window due to stress. Only thing saving me is I'm a vegetarian. Thank you for sharing, Vitamin. Thank you for sharing. Sugar addiction is me. And right now I think the entire world is addicted to sugar. That has been the only substance that I have not been able to get a handle on. I stopped eating red meat in 98, 99. I stopped drinking soda around that same time. I never had pork, but that sugar is me. So you're not alone in that. Right. My man V. Gibson. Salute V. Gibson. Yes, 7 months clean. V. Gibson knows all about struggling, you know, through addiction and the triggers and having difficult conversations and being around toxic individuals and having memories and recollections and, you know, agitations. It's very difficult in this time of year. Very difficult. All right. Now, when you know when people are mentioning that you're addicted to sugar, right? How have any of you made an attempt to stop, right? And how deep is the sugar addiction? Do you eat sugar all day? Because you know I don't see people as we once were. Like growing up, we saw people who devoured candy all day, right? Like me, I used to eat Snickers all day. Whatchamacallits all day, all type of weird stuff. And then you get to a space when you're an adult and you stop, right? So how addicted are you to sugar? Right? Is it something you're thinking about consistently? That you have to have it? Or are you just in a space where you're eating cleaner and healthier and saying, you know what, I really don't want to do things that contain sugar, but it's impossible. Damn near, right? The sugar's in everything. Damn it, they got sugar in cigarettes. They got sugar in the beer. They got sugar in milk. Shit, they got sugar in the water. And sugar's almost everything you eat. And it's in fruit. You understand? It's just how much do you intake? And is it really, really that much of an addiction for you? Are you sitting at the computer while you at work and eating goddamn Three Musketeers and all that shit all day? You know? Is that what you doing? Vitamin? That's what you doing? You eating Three Musketeers and what's that? And all that other nougat and shit. What is that? Milky Ways and shit. And that's what you doing all day at the computer? Your solace is your garden. That's what's up. Natural sugar versus refined sugar. True indeed, Lord. True indeed. But still, it's in everything. Vitamin Rich said, no, it's not that bad. Yeah, I was wondering because I'm telling you. You know? Yeah, your ass is sitting there eating nougat and goddamn Ferrero Rocher and all this shit all day while you at your computer. I'm just fiending for sugar. Then I don't know what to tell you. Because it's hard. It's hard. Just like it was hard for me at one time to get off of Pepsi. I had a mean Pepsi habit. You know? 2 liter Pepsi a day. You know, and it's you have to wean yourself down. You have to do different things. That sugar is hard. Traces of pork can be found in candies, flour, cereal. No candy, drink soda for the first time in years in moderation. Heavy with the starches, cookies, muffins, brownies. Cookies, muffins, and brownies? God damn. Well, if you just drank soda, you should be able to stop. Right? If you just started it, because, when I noticed that when I stopped drinking it and made an attempt to take a sip, that shit burned my throat. So, you know, it's very hard with sugar. 'Cause, you'll notice it. You read, I don't care, read labels all day, and you're going to see how much sugar is in a lot of the things that we consume. But when I was in Europe, that must be new because when I was in Europe, when I was living in Germany, um, I don't recall them, having a different way of processing, foods and stuff like that. Um, of course, back then we talking about the '80s, so ain't nobody was really concerned like that about the things that we ate to that degree. You know, if somebody said there was a vegetarian back then, we was like, what? Mm-mm. Francesca. Francesca? 55! Let me see you. Came in here late. I stopped eating candy in 2021, and now I'm back to my old favorite York peppermint patties. That's because you keep them shits in the refrigerator. Leave them shits out on the counter. They won't be your favorite no more. You probably go get it. You go to the store and get your peppermint patties and you put it in the refrigerator so it's all cold and shit. Nah. When you buy it, leave that shit out. I guarantee you, because that shit nasty when it's warm. Salute, vitamin. Much appreciated. I know that for a fact. When you put that shit on, mm-mm. Mm-mm. Sugar was a currency at one time. It still is, Mellow. It still is. That's the only industry that they couldn't break. You dig? Suggestion book by the God. What is it, Ryan? Sweetness and Power. The Place of Sugar on Modern History. Okay, that's peace. Keep that in the chat and put that in the comments. for those people who missed class tonight, they will want to read that. Sugar still is currency. They tried to break. Y'all don't remember a couple of years ago they tried to break the monopoly that sugar. Sugar cereals or cereals period had on the economy, and how they upcharge. Like I think it's like 89 cents to make a box of cereal, and they charging you $4.99 and all that wild shit for cereal. It's that sugar industry. Hold on. Look, Francesca coming in here snitching. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You supposed to bring people to class, help them come to class. You done came to class, you done got, you telling. What you telling for? That's that peppermint patty. And she got your mouth just a running. Put it down. Put it down. Don't eat it while you're in class. And now you just telling. Patty just got your mouth running. Can't stop. That peppermint just a hot. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my goodness. See? See y'all? See how the sugar get? You see that? That's what the sugar do. That's what the sugar do. So y'all know, don't do nothing around her, because all they gonna have to do is bring a couple of them big, thick. They'll find a big peppermint patty, put that shit right on the desk. She giving it up. Eyes gonna get big. She just the tasting that. She gonna tell right there. Ain't this a... Oh my goodness. You see? Telling y'all, curb y'all addictions. Addictions will make you rat. What's going on in class tonight? We don't do that. Peppermint patty snatch. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my goodness. Ain't even got to give her a meal. All they got to do is come in there with them silver patties. She gonna be like this. They gonna crack that shit in half, and everybody going down. The whole damn team. Yeah, I seen him. Yeah, I seen her. Yeah, this one live over here. And then leave the spot with a whole bunch of dark chocolate and shit all on her. She ain't giving a damn. Just like this, on her way out the precinct. Whoa, wait. For Patty? Damn. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. How sugar changed the history of capitalism and industry. How sugar has altered work patterns, eating habits, and our diet in modern times. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm definitely sure of that. That sugar's mean. Very mean. Very mean. You know? Very mean. I'm telling you right now, I done tried several times. Several times to give it up. Several times. You dig? But you know when you will stop that sugar, you get them beaties in your belly, you'll cut that shit out then. Yeah. You don't want them beaties. So, moderate it now. Especially once we get older and we can't break that shit down. Okay? Yeah, my name is Francesca. And I'm addicted to candy. Yeah. Yeah, that's where we going at. And what you say, V. Gibson, a lot of people don't have relationships with their families because of addiction. That's true. Very true. That is it's destructive. But then again, like I said, some of us have several vices. You understand? Several. Several. Again, we can be addicted to pain, addicted to violence, addicted to giving others pain, right? Addicted to adrenaline. And then you layer that with, a cocaine addiction, an alcohol addiction, right? Imagine somebody who is, addicted to just feeling terrible. And they layer that with alcohol. And then in that, they layer it with sex. I've witnessed women do that. They consistently, been in a space where their self-esteem wasn't raised up and nurtured. So they dealing with low self-esteem, feeling terrible, drinking, and then, being used sexually. That's layers of pain that they lost in. And then these same people may be talented and jump into the entertainment industry. But yet we focus and we looking at it and idolizing that and not separating the creativity from the person. Right? Come on now. Come on now. That's what it was. That's how it is now. You see a lot of them rappers, you know that they're addicted to all type of stuff, but children is vibing to them. The children, loving and appreciating the creative part, but this person is a mess. You dig? It's a lot. You dig? This is a safe space. I'm owning it. So far, I don't have the diabetes. I'm thankful. I don't eat candy all day, but I get my, what? My 1 to 3 candies in. Ooh-wee. You dig? We got a lot. We got a lot going on. It deals with slavery and sugar, how candy and sweet treats only for people with extra money. Then it became a cheap staple food for the poor. Well, it's a lot when we speaking on, if we taking it there, we going to take it to slavery or enslavement, right? Chips are dangerous too. one Dorito can lead to a whole bag. I don't know about them Doritos, but I know them Lay's chips. I know you don't want to mess with them shits. You gonna eat the whole bag. The whole bag. And that's for real. You bust that shit down. You open that bag up. That bag is gone. I don't care if you get the wavy Lays. I don't care if you get the regular Lays or the honey barbecue Lays. You open that shit. That bag is gone. Family value bag size, all that shit. Them Lays, you are done. That shit going down. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Chips is just as bad. You understand? But again, when we're dealing with that, where is the discipline in the mind? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about your journey? What do you know about your triggers? Oh, damn. Dill or lime ones. Ooh. Mm-mm. You eat them dill Lays? Or them limons? Who the hell eat limon? My daughter used to say, Daddy, buy me some limon chips. I don't know damn limon chips. The hell? Uds. Oh, come on now. See? We having a conversation here about helping people with addiction. You talking about uds. Uds? Who eat no uds? Who eat no uds chips? What the hell is uds? We don't eat that. We eat Utz pretzel rods or something. We don't eat no Utz chips. Ah, Utz. That's the fake bonton. You talking Utz. We don't eat Utz. Put them back. Don't bring no damn Utz out here. No, we don't do that. Utz. What kind of bodega you go to? Utz. You never heard of them, Andre? Cause you down south. You down south. They ain't get down there yet. No, matter of fact, I seen Utz down south. It's Utz down. I seen Utz in the NC. Nobody eat no Utz. Francesca coming in here with all that. Utz. P. Miller, you in class? Okay, P. Miller, you get a 55. Come into class. You ain't been to class. Yeah, you ain't been here. 55. I ain't judging you, Francesca, but we don't mess with them Utz. Ah, Utz. Sells, you talking a whole lot, Sells. You been talking so much in class today. Now you talking about natural plantain chips and no sugar. You you just not fun at all. What you eating? Natural plantain chips, no sugar. So you got natural plantain chips and water. What kind of snacks is that? You ain't coming to the class trip with that shit. No, no, no. No class trip for you. Mm-mm. Oh, dry ass plantain chips and water. Don't bring your lunch to school. Nah, you don't be the lunch monitor with that shit. We need some real chips. No plantain chips. Damn, what is that? Plantain chips. Mm-mm. Ew. Oh, y'all in here eating Utz? It said Utz over Lay's and vegan sun chips. Come on. Y'all ruining the lunch. I thought we was going to botanical gardens together or something. The museum. We was going to hold class in museum one day soon. But not with that shit y'all trying to bring to lunch. I don't want none of that. I don't eat none of that. None of that. Y'all wowing. Y'all probably eat them little nasty ass purple candies too, don't you? Don't y'all eat that? I used to hate them shits. Couldn't stand. I wait for my mom to come home from work or something, knowing she gonna have some damn type of sweets in a bag, and she'd go through mom's purse, and the only thing in there was that little nasty ass, little purple shits. Somebody eat that. I was like, yo, mom, why you got this? I like it. You like that shit is nasty. I forgot the name of them little shits. I know what that shit is. Little purple square candy shits with the purple wrapping. Shit was nasty. And there's always women with that shit in their bag. Always. Always. They ain't never had no gum. They got that little purple bullshit. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? So I put that little square shit in your mouth, and I was like, ew, what the hell is this? Nah, ain't no now laters. Now laters was the bomb. Violence. There you go, GB. Violence. Ooh. Them shits is horrible. See, Richardson know what that shit is. Violence. Them dude. Whoa. Only women eat that shit. I ain't like them oh goodness, that shit is horrible. You go into any woman purse, she got them shits in there. Guarantee that shit, especially if she a nurse or something. They always like, Mom, what is this? Nurses eat this shit? Who the hell like what? Who's that? Root trackers? You like violence? You must be grown. Your ass got to be about 68. I don't like that shit. Oh, come on, Ramin. You, what the God? Are you eating that? What is the matter with y'all? Eating that? Ooh, you like them shits? Oh goodness. Look at y'all violence. Y'all got y'all. Yeah, I know y'all. Yeah. Just a bunch of drinkers up in here. Y'all alcoholics. Y'all need help. That's what this class is for, too. We're going to help y'all out tonight. Because I can see y'all a bunch of drinkers. Eating violence. What y'all doing with violence, man? Come on. Cut that shit out. Violence. Y'all wowing. No, we don't do that. Chico sticks and butterscotch. Listen, y'all triggering me now. I know y'all can't come to the family events. Y'all see, this is the class that trigger people. Y'all the ones that come to the family event acting silly, telling everybody y'all conscious and y'all woke and all this other shit, and don't eat that and don't eat this, and giving people violence. That's why shit popping off at Thanksgiving and Christmas and all these little holidays that we weaning off, because y'all coming there triggering the family. I'm thinking I'm helping y'all. Y'all the ones that's triggering the family. Bringing violence and shit. Who the hell wants y'all at the family education. Y'all coming through with violence, no sugar in the water and shit, and planting chips. How the hell y'all coming to people's house like that? Where's the damn sugar? Come on. They're going to people's house with that. That's why they mad. That's why they cussing y'all out. That's why. Because y'all coming in there with that. Ooh. Don't do it, damn it. Don't do it. Y'all come to people's house, y'all be appropriate. Something with some damn taste. Candy corn or something. You come up in nobody's house with no damn violets. Ugh. Hell yeah. They setting people off with that. That's what it is. Now I see why. Now I see why the class got 86 people in it tonight. That's why. These are 86 people that be bringing that bullshit to family members' house. Talking about, yeah, no, I ain't celebrating nothing. You know, I done read some information and we ain't supposed to be celebrating. So, you know, I'm, you know, here in spirit and you know, I got a few things, you know, I got, call the kids over, I got candy for the kids, and you passing the kids violets. Got their mouth to my head, got all the kids mad and acting up because of your ass. You done gave every little cousin in the house some violets. They act like this, mommy. Uncle gave me this. What is this? Auntie gave me this. Got all the kids mad. Y'all don't do that. Respect people. It's like y'all want them to respect y'all. Coming up in that house with that. It is. Listen. God damn it. I'll eat 4 colored candy corn before I eat a damn violet. You can have a multi-master mix candy corn. Brown, orange, green, and purple on the bottom. I'll eat that shit before I eat a violet. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not eating that. Not doing it. Mm-mm. That's nurse candy. That's RN candy. Shit ain't even candy. Alright? Shit look like it used to be in my mom's purse for 2 damn years. You ain't even getting a fresh one. Like, how long you had this violet shit? Oh, you only supposed to eat one. God damn, you only ate one when? 6 months ago? She had them shits in her bag all the time. 1 pack. Like the nah. No. You get candy. Candy ain't supposed to last you 15 minutes. That's it. It ain't gonna last. You gonna bust that shit down in between class. Know something wrong. You got that shit in your bag more than 6 months. Hell no. Anyway, y'all done took me all the way off. I got my chest hurting, pressure up, talking about that old nasty shit. Oh, nah, man. But that's how it is. That's how it is. And you see how easily you can be in other people's spaces and you can respect them and they can respect you. And you don't have to be fully engaged in the entire activities in the event, right? Like again, raised in Islam, but so many people weren't in tune or knowing of it and going to people's house, right? And going to people, people invited me to church and stuff like that and going, it doesn't, everything is not a confrontational moment. Everything is in the moment where you speak your feelings, your beliefs, your peace. No, because that in itself can be a point where you get triggered. You understand? And in that can cause your vice to sneak up on you. Because when we have vices, addictions, that trigger, boom, is right there. Sometimes it sneak up on you. It sneaks up on you, right? Anger is like that too. Anger is like that as well. And again, like I said, we have multi-layers in this, right? And it's a voice that go off right here, right in your head. And it's telling you that you beat it. It's telling you that you defeated it. Or sometimes it doesn't even say anything loud. It just gives you a little subtle whisper. Yo, man, pick up that drink. Right? Yo, go sniff that real quick. Don't worry about it. You just need a little sniff. But see that little voice, that little shit right there? When you relapse, that voice ain't going to be there. When you're going through your consequences, when you're back at square one, running around homeless or in the bottom of a jail cell, that's that little voice that's right there. That's the vice. That's that little bastard. That's a little, yeah, you can do it. No, you got to be very disciplined in it. So in this time, right, when you go into people functions, they may not respect the fact, or man, not even know your struggles and that you're going through something, that you're in recovery, and they're offering you drinks or smoke. Yo, you smoke. Just everybody smoke now, everybody. It's very difficult to get away from that stuff. Very difficult, right? That's how they move. So who do you talk to? Right? A lot of people that's struggling through addictions, they got coaches, right? They have to know that they always have to be in a clean space where everybody's attempting to be clean or clean, period. Yes, victory music, but you were late to class and 55. Your ass wasn't in class for a couple of days. We spoke about the Tiffany Haddish earlier. Yeah. She's struggling. Yes. And we've seen how multi-layered it is. She's crashing out. No, sorry. We acknowledge you, but you got a 55. Yeah, you got a 55. A nice fat 55 at 12:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Victory Music got a 55. Where that? All right. It's multi-layered with Tiffany, right? That's what we spoke on, and that's what we spoke on with all or some of us. There's multi-layers. Like we said, we seen Tiffany earlier this week have a rant, raging rant, live, just going in. Whoa. And now she gets a DUI. That's how these things work. I tell you, when you are in a space where you're able to manage your anger, that is a discipline. And in that discipline and in that strength, it requires that focus. And when you have that focus, it is very, very hard for other addictive spaces to be ignited, right? Because if you can monitor, if you can manage your anger, which is just an emotion, you can't get rid of it. You can only manage it. So in the course of you managing your anger and your strategies and your management plans and your coaching and things of that nature, when you're managing that, boom, all those tools are used in refraining from alcohol and drugs and things like that. So yeah, Victoria, you definitely right? As an example, she was the main catalyst for this class tonight. Because I said enough is enough. I wanted to do it before this Thanksgiving. Because I knew people would have to be, well, not have to, but people would be amongst family members and, trying to find their ways not to go and be around family because some of them is triggering, or not to allow certain family members to be around them. And then I said no because, Rashida, one of our classmates, requested, like, people struggling. Can we make it a weekly class? Can we do this on Fridays and, make sure we do these wellness checks and these checks on people who are struggling? And boom, like I said, we see Tiffany in fisticuffs. Well, not fisticuffs, but handcuffs, wrist to cuffs, and know that, like we said, under the influence. So we know it's not a DWI, right? Driving while intoxicated, because that means liquor, drink. Under influence, we don't know what it is. So she could have been sniffing a little something, could have been tasting a little something, she could have been smoking a little something. We don't know. Driving under the influence. Under the influence of what? When they take the toxicology, then we'll figure it out. See if she's a custody or not. But we do know, or we can assume, that anger, her rage, was a catalyst for her to be in public, operating a vehicle to the point at which she's suffering consequences. That's mean, yo. When celebrities are out of control, that means they're going through a lot of shit. And it's serious, because how can you be famous and want to be in that manner in public? You risking it all for a drinky drink? You risking it all for a little sniff? Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that's how they do. That's how they do. All right? So So we have to be mindful of that. Have to be mindful of that. Okay, here we go, Sean. It's what they do for the fame they can't live with. How you know what they do for the fame? You an actor, Sean? You an actor? A writer, director? A music mogul? What you do? How you know what they do? Go ahead now, spit it out. You in class? What they do? What they do? Hmm? What they do? What you talking about? Parties? Grippergate? What you talking about? She may have went through that door with the grippers. Oh man. Oh man, don't say that. I mean, them grippers got her driving under the influence? You mean to tell me somebody was hot for them grippers and just couldn't take it no more? It could be. We're not going to throw that theory out. We heard that same thing about DMX. Yeah. Yeah. You know? But we dealing with us in this class and our loved ones. Right? That's what we here for. And in all seriousness, in all reality, you know, how we moving through this, because this is the beginning of these major holidays, and whether you celebrate it or not, we are not going to escape the attention that is given, right? And in order for us to be in control, and in order for us not to suffer any consequences because of our responses, we need to know what triggers us. And we have to be in a practice of being very, very disciplined and knowing how to de-escalate ourselves, knowing how to healthily, right, bring us to a space of balance, right? Knowing that it's okay for us to say no to others in order to say yes to ourselves, right? Uh, no, I can't make it, right? Because you know that family members in the mix may be triggering. And in saying no, you also have to be ready for their response to the no, so you're not triggered by that, right? It's a pattern. It's being comfortable with the new you, so you don't relapse, so you don't backslide, right? So you got this Thanksgiving and the Christmas and the New Year's and all these little situations, right? But it's you have to be aware of yourself, your struggles, or maybe your growth, right? Right? Your awards, right? Your goals, right? Your sobriety. Because you can't use the celebrities as a point of reference. You just can't. You dig? So, again, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Okay? Believe in my belief in you. Make sure you come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Be safe. Be safe out there. Be safe in them streets. Be safe in the workspace. Always be on point because you are valuable. You are valuable. You dig? No is a word not often used. One has to be a rebel to say no. Yes, and you have to be a rebel to yourself. Victory music. Don't get no more 55s. If I come back to class in 20 minutes, victory music, you need to be here. Don't get no more 55s. All right? Don't get no more 55s. You ain't been to class in a couple of classes. Yeah, I got my eye on you. Okay? Now, one doesn't have to necessarily be a rambunctious rebel to say no. You understand? But again, the habit, right? The behavior, and sometimes the new effort to say no is one that you should welcome. You have to, because everybody else will do it to you. Everybody else is quick to use it. Some of us have to be taught. So saying no to others in time is saying yes to yourself. And that sometimes is a point of anxiety for a lot of people because in our addictions, in our traumas, in our struggles, right, there has been a misunderstanding that you're supposed to feel pain, that you're supposed to suffer, that you're supposed to endure harshness in these spaces where we are vulnerable, like uh, our home, our upbringing, our school, our work. Like we've been conditioned to believe that you don't matter in any of this. Okay? That you don't matter. Why? Because we never valued ourselves. Why? We was never taught to value ourselves because we didn't own ourselves for a long period of time. Even till this day, some of us still don't own ourselves. So we are reluctant to say no, to use the word no. That's something that you have to be taught. That's something that you have to get back. Once you get that back, and once you become somebody that's in a consistent awareness of saying no, in order for you to be good, in order for you to be able to manifest your purpose, it'll be that much easier. All right? And that's the trick to that. Be disciplined in that. It's okay. It's okay. Because as y'all all stated, as you stated earlier, right? That in order to figure out other people and check out their understandings, you got to be of a sound mind. You have to be aware of yourself. Mm-hmm. Got it? Okay. Okay, I got it. It's an hour, 10 minutes. It's late. It's damn near 1 a.m. And over here with y'all. And y'all the first ones to try. give me violence and all that bullshit. I wouldn't do that to y'all. If I had a teacher that was up at 1 a.m. giving classes and shit, I wouldn't be trying to get their ass violence. I'd get them some sweet, nice candies and stuff. Fund the war effort, damn it. I ain't never given no teacher violence and plantain chips. I never did that. But y'all do it. Thank you, P. Miller. At least you gave me an apple. An apple. No violence. Boy, Ramin and who it was? Ramin sells. Quite a few of y'all eat that shit. I'm not gonna forget that shit there. No, I ain't gonna forget that. Y'all try to give me that. Whew. No, I don't eat that. I don't eat that. Don't do it. Don't send it to me. None of that. I don't eat that. I don't eat that. All right? Jerron Jackson, salute. Much appreciated. All right? So again, Alexander Harper, salute. Remember, make sure y'all come back to class, and if you have problems remaining sober, reach out. Okay? Reach out. Andrea, make sure you nice and healthy and you rested. Francesca, yeah, I like that popcorn. Yeah, there you go, lollipop. There you go, chocolate. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's right. Peace.